I want to make this. Okay, day 1, here's what I came up with.
Huh?
I don't understand. Basically, I want a mechanism that can move forwards while spinning. Easy, right? So here's version 1.0. This is a prototype. That's why it's ugly. That's the basics of what we need to make. But I didn't have a 3D printer yet, so I was planning to make everything out of cardboard. Just like the previous project, which was made mostly using cardboard. To make things easier, I'm using Evolvent Design to generate our gear and rock. Here's our template. I printed several gears with different scales and I'm choosing 0.9. The plan is to cut multiple pieces of paper and then stack them on top of each other. Then we'll use a lot of super glue to reinforce it. I've been filing this gear for 4 days and oh boy, I didn't realize how tough the paper and super glue combo can be. I mean, look at this. Okay, so we'll abandon version 2 and use another method. That failed too. I mean, it works, but if I use it, I might encounter more problems in the future. Now I have one last option. Thanks, man. Line. Yeah. Yeah, that works. Holy shit, my ADHD is taking over. I can't stop. Time skip, I added some parts to reinforce it, but we have another problem. As you can see, it's not perfectly straight. I tried fixing this issue by breaking and then gluing it at another angle. That did not work. And then I realized that we can do it at both sides. We can have one set of rocks on the inside and another set of rocks on the outside. Right here. And then I stopped doing anything for 3 weeks. Very sad. But we now have a 3D printed We're gonna add some bearings inside the gears, since we want the gears to spin while being in sync with each other. Oh no. So it's 16. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
Next is the part that will hold the two gears together. Let's call it the gear holder. Oh shit, it doesn't fit. Here's the final version after some adjustments, comparing that to the first version, which was a little bit shorter. Right now it works really well. Let me show ya. They look so fucking smooth. Okay, that's done, but we have to figure out how to push the mechanism forward. I already came up with possible solutions, but they all suck. This is the first one. I'll keep it short. It was too complex. So here's the second solution. It's the same stuff that they use on 3D printers, and it works great, but I can't use it. Here's why. This part can move forwards or backwards, but you have to change the direction of the rotation. We don't want that because we only want to rotate in a single direction, maybe clockwise or counterclockwise. So here's the final solution. The slider can move back and forth as you crank it in one direction, but to push this distance, we need this distance. If you don't know, this is 14 inches.
Oh no.
I made a scissor mechanism to solve that issue. It will lessen the diameter needed for the crankshaft to push the slider. It still failed though. Well, I can't solve it now, but that's okay.
You hold me every day I wake up, then I start to break up. Lonely is the man without love. Every day I cry out and I cry my heart out. Lonely is a man without love.
We still have one more thing to do. Right now I'm washing it with alcohol to remove the excess resin. I also printed another one from the school's FDM printer. It's free. We're gonna use this to test our mechanism later because I don't want to use the resin version. It's too high quality to get destroyed. Speaking of mechanism, I still have no idea how to do it, so I just asked Discord for help and they gave me this.
Let's go!
So it's called a self-reversing screw and we only need to rotate it in one direction to make it move back and forth. I also found an STL that we can modify later. We'll be using a linear rail to hold everything together and to reduce shaking. The carriage will be connected to the gear holder, so we'll be making a part for that.
Let's fucking go. Ah, shit. It's getting stuck, even though I'm pushing consistently. So yeah, that's our big problem.
Okay, so here's the STL for the screw. I'm measuring a pencil right now because I don't have a metal rod like this video. Just like the old days, we're gonna use a pencil shaft again. Yep, that's a pencil.
Oh shit. We just... Okay, so we're back again. That around here. There we go.
I'm done!
Okay, so here's our current progress. I'm not yet sure how I'll design the follower, but we'll keep this one for now. Next one I want to solve is the wobbling problem. It's almost done printing, but we have another problem. It's warping. So to solve this issue, I made a smaller version. The next part that I wanna make is the coupling. Here's the general plan. It will be separated into two parts. One part will be attached to the pencil shaft, the other side will be attached to a bearing which will act as a main connector to the casing. And then both sides will be locked together using nuts and screws.
Jackpot!
Okay, so this is definitely the most difficult part that I made. It's the casing that will hold everything later. I added some notes on which part to edit while I was designing this casing. For example, this part was too short, so I made it longer. The gear didn't fit, then we're gonna remove the shaded area for it to fit. Didn't fit again? Now we're gonna reduce its thickness. And on the final note, I wanna add two holes on this side because we need to attach something that can support the background. I also added the anti-wobble system right on the casing itself. This one is version 0. Yep, thanks for the info. This is version 2. I stopped printing because... yeah, again. But it did end up becoming useful. As you can see, it's quite colorful because of this. And this is another part of the casing. I printed it to test if the rocks can fit inside, just like this. I realized that the lock of the screw has a gear-like appearance, so I used that to design two pieces of gears. This is what it looks like after being assembled. The smaller gear will be connected to our future crank, which I still have no design for that, but for now, it's just a small handle. As you turn the handle, everything will rotate, and then the larger gear will power the self-reversing screw. After combining everything, we get this. This is the final version of the left casing. Now for the right side of the casing, it's not really that complex. Finally, this is the last version of the right casing. It's very similar to the left casing, but I removed this part and I also extended this part. I also finished the background holder and we have 2 of them. The next piece that I wanna make is the follower which sits on top of the self-reversing screw. Boys, I'm not at home today so I only tried several designs for the follower on CAD. What? The first design sucked. There's no moving parts, everything's glued together, and we can't use it. So after a lot of iterations, like a lot of trials, like holy fuck, here's the final design. Turns out the simplest design is the best design. Now it's time to assemble every piece that we have, and if something's missing, we can just sneak it in later.
Oh shit.
I almost forgot to make a crank, so let's make one. I was about to copy the same old crank, but I saw Gura's
Big fat tail.
Today is day number... I don't know, but it's April. Anyways, here's our current progress, and so far it works. It works really well. The gears are moving smoothly, the screw is spinning properly, and the follower doesn't go off the screw. Man, I love this mechanism. But it's not done yet. I'm still planning to add more enclosures, and we still have to do the background holder, and we might encounter more problems along the way. Speaking of more stuff to do, I remember that we need the whole mechanism to be stable. To solve this problem, I created another type of anti-wobble. I added this longer part because we need to clamp the entire mechanism on the table. I also wanna add a back casing because as you can see, it's literally see-through. So I went back to Fusion 360 and made this. This part will hold the entire back casing for our mechanism. It's 100% removable and it can be attached back anytime. The front view also looked empty, so I made a front casing with a hinge, but we need a way to lock it in place. So I made 2 sliding latch locks for the casing. Sadly, I wasn't able to record everything, but I do have some clips of the assembling process. Okay, all sides of the casing are done, so now it's time for the background piece. It's not really that much, we're just gluing a board to the background holder. Well, that's what I initially thought, but the background holder was bending over time, so I printed rib holders to support its weight. Now I'm cutting a bunch of ribs that will help prevent our background from bending. Vents, everything is done, we just have to screw it to the casing. This side looked empty and I wanna cover the bearings, so I made an epic cover to prevent the bearing from rusting. By the way, the design is from this. Wait, I forgot something.
Why are you still here? Why are you still here? I told you could go. Why are y'all still here? What are you doing here? Just gonna listen to a shark vacuum? What's the point in that? What are you doing here? Ah! There goes the cord.